Hello everyone and welcome to a brand new video on F1 2025. There is no game sound unfortunately, so you just have to bear with me with that. I'm still in the process of getting everything all set up and I'm waiting for a chat link to get delivered so I can then have audio for you guys. But this is going to be a video on just how to get better at F1 2025, whether you're brand new to the game or you've been playing it for a few weeks, few months, and how to actually get better at the game. If you are brand new to the game, what I would say to you is very, very simple, very, very easy. Don't worry about trying to go fast. Okay, don't worry about trying to go fast. If your aim is to actually get better at the game, you're not just driving casually with friends or anything like that, and you just actually want to get better at the game, it sounds weird. Don't focus on trying to be fast right at the beginning. Focus on just getting used to the car, getting used to the game, how it drives, wherever you're on controller or wheel. Okay, just get used to it. Understand what the assists do and how they affect you. And then over time, get more comfortable and start taking them off. Okay, that's my biggest advice for new players as we just spin at pops and save a bit massive tank flapper. So we're going to go over quite a few assists, what they do, how can we get better, and how can we start progressively taking them off. So we're going to start with we're going to ignore some of the basic ones. All right, okay, we're going to ignore like steering assist, like it helps you steer. There's not much, I don't think that's not something you really need. You got a braking assist, again it helps you brake. Again, not something that I would say you really need, especially for a beginner. If you are really, really nervy when it comes to this race, then sure, have it on. But again, not something that I would personally have on, especially if you are brand new to the game. That's quite easy to pick up. ABS. If you're brand new to the game, have it on. Okay. Otherwise, you're going to start locking your tires quite a lot. Okay. But we will go over that. Traction control, have it on full. Okay, we'll go over that as well. Racing line, if you are completely new to racing games, have it on full. This is what it looks like when it's on full. As you can see, it shows you the racing line. Okay, this is typically the most common line that all drivers use. Okay, because it's got the most grip. However, in this game, the racing line isn't always the best line to take. Okay, as you may see from other videos, I have it on corners only because I just for braking points and things like that. Um, I've got some more settings here. Gearbox, your automatic, manual suggested gear, and manual. Automatic, it obviously does it for you, and then manual, again, it's manual, but it just shows you what gear you should go into that corner with. For example, it might have a red 3, which means downshift to 3 going into this right-hander, or excuse me, a green 7 upshift to 7th gear, go around this corner and try and get the most out of it. And then you've got some other ones here that are pretty relevant. DRS assist, I wouldn't say you particularly need it. Usually, it's a button just to press when you get the DRS detection point. If you have it on, it will open it. It will obviously open it automatically for you. ERS assist, the you can still use it yourself manually, but also the computer will use it for you. Have it off. I especially if you're new as well. I just have it off. It's easier for you to control and understand it and learn it. And then you've got some pit ones where you've got pit assist, which is where when you enter the pits, obviously you need to go in and meet the speed limit. If you have it on, you can drive in at 200 miles an hour and you won't get a penalty for it. If you have it off, if you drive in at 200 miles an hour, you'll get a 10-second time penalty added to your race time. So therefore, you need to drop your speed to the speed limit. And then you've also got pit release assist as well, which is when as you exit the piece, exit the pit box. After your stop, if you have it on, the car will drive out automatically for you. If you have it off, you have to manually do it as if it's like a race start. Okay, so hold your clutch and on the throttle as well. All right, so those are some of the key settings. Let's have a look and see and just go over them individually. We'll start off with ABS. ABS is one of those ones that are it's quite daunting for a lot of players. But in nutshell, ABS anti-brake locks. Okay, if I was to slam on the brakes hard, as like this, as you can see at the bottom of my screen, you have the little red bar. My tires don't lock. Okay, my tires, I can brake as hard as I want for as long as I want, and my tires won't lock. All right, that's basically what that is. All right, so just demonstrate one more time. If I were to do that, my car just comes to a complete standstill. All right, if I was to take the setting off, all right, and then show you what ABS is now. We'll go around this corner, and we'll go into turn three. And I'll slam on the brakes at 100%, try and turn. As you can see, tires lock and we spin out. Okay, so that is the key difference when it comes to ABS. All right. So how can you get better with ABS? Key thing is you don't always need to slam on the throttle every time you go around the corner. There is some technique called trail braking. If you're unsure what trail braking is, I'm going to go over it, or you can look it up elsewhere. Trail braking is essentially going hard on the throttle at your braking point, and then as the corner progresses, slowly ease off the brake, and then from there onwards, gently apply a throttle pedal. Okay, that is the best way to describe trail braking. All right, it's quite um, once you get the hang of it, it is quite easy to understand. In terms of if you're on pad, if you're on controller, it can be quite difficult to do because obviously you're using the triggers instead of pedals, so it might be a lot harder. So in that case, then ABS might be the way to go for you. However, if you're not and you're just trying to learn how to use the pedals, then trail braking is the way. Again, going into this bus stop chicane, just watch the bottom of the screen. Go around that corner. So you see, going into that corner, I was hard on the brakes, but as the corner progressed, I slowly released my left foot off the brake pedal and then applied the throttle pedal as well. And then coming in again, we will go again into this corner over here, into turn three. So as you see, you might, if you rewind and watch that back, when I hit the apex of the corner, I'm actually not braking. I'm not braking at all. I've stopped braking again. I'm just letting the car flow through. I'll do it again here. My foot is off the pedal. Same here. I gently apply the brake, and then we're just gently applying the throttle. Okay, that is basically trail braking. Okay, and that will help you massively when it comes to ABS and helping you get rid of ABS. So that covers that. Next up, we've got traction control. Traction control, we've gone from brake, now we're on throttle. Basically means that you can just put your foot on the throttle board at all times and your car will not spin. Your car will not spin, it will not do anything, okay? Now, traction control, just to go through how it works and what traction is, typically found obviously in normal road cars. All normal road cars have traction control, okay? Most of the time it is road cars are front wheel drive and they have full traction control. Sometimes you'll get cars that have rear wheel drive as well. So what happens is you can basically put your foot on the throttle for as long as possible and the car will not spin. Okay, so actually all through Mags and Beckett's here, I am able to have my foot on the throttle for as long as possible and my car won't spin. Whereas if I was to apply or take off traction control, let's go around here. So if I was to go down to sixth gear, this would be a good example. Coming out of the bus stop chicane, as you see, I planted on the plow on the plower in the power on the power in second gear. So that meant I have obviously spun out. We'll watch it back on the replay. Drop down to second gear. As you see here, I have completely just spun out whatsoever. So that basically explains traction. How can we get better at that? Again, getting used to it. Once you get used to, again, if you're brand new to the game, once you get used to sort of the car and how it works, put traction control on medium. Okay, so it adds a little bit more risk. Just start my camera angle. It adds a little bit more risk. Go around the track, but it still gives you a little bit of a safety blanket as well. Okay, without and you'll gradually get faster as well. So, and it just helps you out. Just get used to what the feeling is. Okay, you won't spin out a lot. Um, it will still help you out, but you'll feel the car start to become a little bit more unsettled when you start to, as you can see there, I'm on medium and I've planted the traction. planted the throttle, and obviously the rear has stepped out. So you can see there, there's a little bit more risk when it comes to it. So that explains traction control. Obviously, I have it off. But yeah, like I said, try and get used to it. Dynamic racing line, we've been over. Again, just have it on if you're not comfortable with it. I have corners on just for my braking points. Gearbox. Gearbox again, you will gain so much time with gearbox. You will gain so much time once you understand the car, and you can do gears on controller. I did it before, well, before I got a rig. Where I think it was like X was my upshift and square was my downshift. So I remember doing it around Canada, and it was just like I don't know how I did it, but I just did. But yeah, as you can see here, my hands isn't touching the wheel, hands not touching the gear stick, and the car is just gradually or naturally going down to the recommended gear or the recommended pace as well. Let's unspin her. You can I can't do it. I can do it manually, but as you see, it changes. Okay, you can see there it's changing it for me. So the car doesn't like it. The game is saying no, you should be in this gear. All right. So that is what all gear assist does. Okay, it changes the gear automatically for you down to fifth gear, up to sixth, seven. But you can gain so much time. So what I have it on, there isn't like a mid like a midway through like traction like a medium. There isn't anything like that. You either have automatic, manual and suggested, or manual. Okay, manual suggested is what I have it on. Okay, so now again I can change it with my paddle shift, and as you can see at the bottom it had a red 6 on there, which means for this corner I should be in sixth gear. Same with this corner here, I should be in third gear. All right. That doesn't mean it's always the most optimal gear. That doesn't mean that you have to be in that gear for that corner, but it's just recommended for you. For example, it says eighth gear for here. I take it in seventh. I prefer taking this whole area here in seventh gear. Sometimes it'll ask you to go below third gear. When it comes to racing in general, and whenever you're trying to get faster, never try not go below third gear. All right. The reason why I say that it's easier to if you don't have traction control on and you're using manual gears, it's easier to lose the car if you're in a lower gear. And obviously, if you're trying to apply the power as soon as possible, the revs shoot up, especially if you're in a lower gear, puts more load into those rear tires, and you're gonna spin out. Okay. Whereas if you're in a higher gear, third gear, you're able to apply the power a bit more confidently without wheel spin, and you'll be able to get off and exit corners a lot more comfortably as well. So that goes through gears as well. But that's my recommendation anyway. Don't go below third gear. Okay, there's some corners where you're going to have to. There's a section in Mexico which where it's just you're going to have to go in second gear because the lower the gear you're in, the more rotation on the car you're going to have. Okay, the tighter you'll be able to turn in a lower gear. All right, you're not going to be able to do hairpins in eighth gear. You'll be able to do hairpins in second and third gear. All right, that near enough covers everything. Okay, but as I said before, go over it if you're new to the game. Just go with what you're comfortable with. Get used to handling of the car, the handling of the game. If you're new to wheel, again, same thing. Just get used to it, and then from then onwards, build a bit more confidence and start taking things away and start mastering certain techniques. Time trial is amazing for this. You could just there's infinite amount of laps and just get constantly used to this. Guys, my name's Ben. If you have enjoyed this video, please leave a like and subscribe. I'll leave a link to my Twitch below. We stream there. We're currently streaming daily, but at the moment, going in the future, I'm not sure how much I'll be streaming. Try and do once a day, once every 2 days, things like that, alongside my job. So we're gonna try and stream as much as we can. So if you have enjoyed, please leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you and peace.